Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to continue to take a look at the scenario where civilization starts over. Yeah, it's another week's episode. It's like the fifth video of daily upload week. Let's go. I'm actually being consistent with upload schedule. So yeah, in the last episode of wicso there was the Great East Asian War, in which the Chinese Empire got defeated and they lost most of their land, and then no, basically everyone in Asia hates them. Yeah, it's not that it's not. They still survive though. They're pretty small, but they're still like Caspia is probably they still have their technology like China, still pretty influential. Just that they're a bit more weak now. They aren't the strongest power of Asia now. Even they still are probably, but it's probably Korea now or Japan. I don't know. Yeah, let's go over and let's start. Start here in East Asia because the Philippines are rebuilding after the war, and they do rebuild pretty fast, and this leads them to explore and conquer stuff, and they send a natural expedition group to discover this. And yeah, it's it's just pretty. It's not that much, but it surely is an honest work. Half of the Philippines are conquered, half of them is not, and yeah, not going to say that Japan is actually didn't have too much trouble in the war, so they rebuild and then they immediately take this because they can afford it, and then they chill a bit to not become unstable. They still do explore though, because citizens actually like exploring stuff, and this is what they managed to do. Only going to see East Korea because yeah, it's East Korea now. Yeah, they're recovering from the war. West Korea is actually pretty crippled. Like they aren't even that strong to be alive, and so yeah, the West Koreans are invading them, feeling weakness. And let's take a look at the peace treaty because West Korea ain't winning this. This is the peace treaty where China didn't get affected. Yeah, the peace treaty is that like West Korea is now the dominant power in Asia probably. We see that East Korea got really crippled and are pretty small now. We see that a new Southern Korean country got released, which is I guess South Korea. But yeah, Korea split in three. Jeju Island Empire is doing pretty fine, and they're actually thinking about developing a massive empire. Like they got this dream. Now let's take a look at China because the old government is in shambles. Most of the population doesn't like it, but it still somehow survive. But like there's a lot of people moving to the free side of China, which is the new government that wanted to do a coup. And yeah, this leads to tensions and the old Chinese government to become even more weaker, but they might have a redemption arc because they're doing an exploration campaign now. Whoa, why did it become lighter suddenly? Okay, guys, here we go. Let's solicit that. It's a pretty, it's a pretty. Yeah, they actually pop out most of their money here, and this doesn't make people happy because they need to rebuild and they're all exploring. This leads to China basically about to balkanize. They aren't the strongest country anymore. They're the sick man of Asia now. Well, the eastern part of China, it's actually like they're actually pretty fine. They're big, they're pretty good. They have a massive population growth now. China doesn't like this though. Yeah, they're probably going at war one day. Now let's go over to Caspia because with their they still yeah because oh yeah we'll also see some Crimeans that I'm going to see now, but it's another big exploration campaign. Going to see that Caspia is actually going to expand because they're the only country in the world with Chinese technology and like Chinese advanced technology because now China is a bit so yeah they become pretty rich and they become pretty powerful and they do this they arrive eventually here and we see an actual Crimean discovery and they're about to meet like they're about to discover the existence of Caspia and Asia might be discovered soon. And we'll see also in other places that Crimea is becoming pretty strong. They do an actual pretty interesting conquering of the Black Sea. We see basically all of this getting discovered, which is tough. The Balkans are getting discovered. But then let's take a look at Athens because they have just discovered Constantinople and they are now becoming a big trading empire. They're becoming very rich now, and Naples is like, dude, yeah, they have a rivalry. Meanwhile, Naples actually will have to siege Cyprus, which will become his own country, and they will break away. The king of Cyprus, though, it's like he was born in Naples, but so this is the birth of the Cypriot Empire. It's not a ripoff from a Norwegian. It's probably just an absolute monarchy, and they might have to cede lands. Like they have all of this, but they're still unstable. They might have, yeah. We actually see Egypt discovering that land and actually meeting up with Cyprus, and they look like, oh, Naples doesn't own it anymore. What about if we, yeah, happens is that the Lion Country gets freed up here. Actually, let's do yeah, we'll do Lion. Yeah, we're going to see this happen. And Egypt is going to own Cyprus now, which still is going to survive, but they will now be known as Turkey. We actually see that Athens keeps going over here. Come, but now they're taking a stability break. Not from exploration though, because we're here, but now yeah, we're still talking about the rivalry. These two are now like extremely beefing with each other. They might go to war soon. Really, they might go to war. And actually, Athens might be able to defeat Naples in a war. Not fully, but slightly. Because Naples is currently in trouble. They cannot expand and they're pretty scared. Who is expanding is Tunisia, which is actually meeting up with Egypt, which finally has finished. They chill for now. Now let's take a look at the Balearic Empire, which is actually thinking of. They go to war with the Pyrenees country and they get some land of them. No, they do not attack Brown France. Yeah, we see the Balearic Empire actually becoming strong, pretty powerful, caring for their people. Yeah, but they're kind of a dictatorship, and people can't actually do anything. They cannot protest because it's a dictatorship. Yeah, it's a pretty bad situation. And the objective of the new Balearic king is to defeat Naples, which is the strongest opponent on the border of the Balearic. But now let's take a look at the Pyrenees country because before going to war, they actually went over here. They managed to keep this land. Yeah, they're basically migrating now. We see them discovering Galatia. And yeah, the war Europe is getting discovered. Now let's go actually in the north. Whoa, calm down, dude. Alright. Oh, whoa. Go in the north. We're going to see the red team expanding a bit, bordering really close to Belarus. And we see also Germany moving in. We see this happen, which is most of the most. See actually the Alps. Milan is actually going for the Alps now. They do not do good. They only take one province. I can't even explore the rest. The Line Belgians are going to try though, and they manage to fully explore. Like they do a pretty big project. Let's take a look at Rhineland because they expand. And yeah, let's go back north because a new Russian country just formed. And we see this happening. Yeah, we actually do see another country form. They do not join the Russian League because they don't think Belarus is a problem for them or any foreign countries. They think they're not getting invaded. Yes, this is an actual white Russian country, this one here. To only see this Archangelsk country doing something, which is helping the Otogaleks like they like each other. They know we completely explore all of the northern Europe has been discovered. Ladogians are actually going to do pretty big claim. This Archangelsk is going to do this to have weird borders, I guess. Now you actually see the countries meet up to divide up the remaining land. So yeah, this is the treaty for the division of Northern Europe. You can see that's pretty weird borders, and that Oslo is becoming really powerful. But like they can beat the red team in the war now. And you know what's going to happen? The blue team, the new blue team that hates the red team in Germany. Red team is just normal, and yeah, they're going to join the alliance. And yeah, Europe is building up for probably a massive war. It's like really massive. The French keep expanding in Ireland. Actually, say that this country has become really powerful but unstable because oh, they're getting jumped. Oh, yeah, France wants to connect their lands because they made a massive exploration here. We see actually Lime Belgians joining in because of the rivalry. They actually capital is pretty close, they capture it. And yeah, the rest of they're still going to survive though. They're losing most of their land, but they're going to survive. This is the peace treaty. We see the Lime Belgians becoming pretty long. We see the French becoming pretty long. Yeah, what's left of the country is pretty weak, but they're still alive. Yeah, but now let's take a look at Korea because they're exploring, not taking Hokkaido though. Or there's actually becoming an independent. Oh, that's I think not. It's the same color as Hokkaido and also wicso. Sorry, Alt, I didn't mean to. But yeah, there's Hokkaido now. Japan is fully discovered and not colonized. There were once, but last episode they, yeah, yeah, we do actually see now that this is the end of today's video. I think it was a pretty interesting. Yeah, of course they made it big, like a small discovery here. Egypt was interested in other stuff, but they still discovered some of Africa. But yeah, we're going. This is the end for today, and we're going to see you guys in the next episode or the next video, which might not be a week's episode.